to the city parks. I'm on a mission to explore and embark. With my sneakers laced up and my backpack on, I'm ready to discover until the break of dawn. Adventures calling, and I'm on my way. I walk the city streets and seize the day. I discover new places and hidden gems with every step. My journey transcends. I'll explore the local markets and the street fairs. I'll take in the culture and breathe the city air. From the towering skyscrapers to the street art, I'll discover the city's pulse with all my heart. Adventures calling, and I'm on my way. I walk the city streets and seize the day. I discover new places and hidden gems with every step. My journey transcends. Every block I walk, every alley I cross, I'm grateful for the city and all it has to offer. With the buzz of the people and the rhythm of life, I'll keep on walking towards a world so right. From the streets of Harlem to the Brooklyn Bridge, I'll keep on walking and never miss a beat. I'll find my adventure and live my life. Adventures calling, and I'm on my way. I walk the city streets and seize the day. I discover new places and hidden gems with every step. My journey transcends.
Good evening, everyone. We're live here from Canal Street, New York City. It's a brisk Wednesday evening, January 5th, 2025. It's about 8 o'clock p.m. Temperature is 28 Fahrenheit, -2 Celsius. We've just entered Little Italy. If you didn't know it was Little Italy, it says, "Welcome Little Italy, New York." Although there are some people who claim that this isn't the real Little Italy, but to me it is, because this is where pretty much started. Yes, we have another cold night. That's the way the weather works in New York. In fact, tomorrow we're forecast to get some snow and some rain and some sleet, but overall we're probably going to get less than an inch of snow, if any. Usually when they give out forecasts like that, it's not really a good forecast for traveling. The sleet and the slush makes for a very dangerous commute. Surfaces can get very slick, and it's not good for driving either. I'm not even sure if I'll be out tomorrow during that storm. Oh, Bobby, you remember the Ferris wheel here during the San Gennaro Festival? We're already seeing some decorations for Valentine's Day. I remember a few of you were mentioning how Little Italy might be pretty lively for Valentine's Day. Well, here I am. You can do your preparations now and see if you like any of the restaurants here that I'm showing and make a reservation. Hello.
Have a good day.
Thank you. Laurie's had snow there today. No snow in New York yet. Tomorrow we may not even get any, to be honest, but according to the forecast, it'll be mixed with snow and sleet and rain. How are you?
Homemade pasta, fresh pasta for you.
Homemade pasta.
Yeah, ravioli, bucatini, rigatone, spaghetti.
Awesome. Maybe one of my
Fettuccine.
viewers who want to come here,
Gnocchi.
or for Valentine's Day.
If you're hungry, you can go eat.
All right. Thank you.
Look at this, everything.
That's Asteria Barocca. Gluten-free pasta too, available. I know, that did look good. And it's never not Christmas at the Christmas in New York store. They are open. You can see some property owners are getting ready for the storm already. I can already imagine what tomorrow's slush is going to be like. Yeah, Hung Mao, it does remind me of that store in old Quebec City. Hector, I'm not sure how the ownership is set up with that store. But they do have it as a Christmas store year-round. Sounds like they had live music. I love all these lights above Mulberry Street. Makes it so magical. Look at La Mela restaurant with its lights outside. Did Christmas ever stop here? Maybe they're gonna bring Christmas into Valentine's Day. Or maybe they'll change the lights up to like pink and purple or something, and red. Lunella Happy Hour. Awesome.
Sir, you want to take the menu?
Yeah, we'll take a look at the menu.
Sure.
I've eaten here before. It's a great restaurant.
This is the pizza, my friend. Pasta, ravioli, risotto, and seafood. This is the protein.
All right.
Lunella Ristorante.
Forgot what I had here, but it was really good.
Was it pasta? Was it protein?
Pretty sure it was pasta.
Maybe the carbonara, maybe the amatriciana. This is the carbonara, and this is the rigatoni alla matriciana.
Uh-huh. All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Awesome. Lunella Ristorante. Johnson says no one is out. The storm is coming tonight. Well, you also have to remember it's a weekday and it's kind of late now. And you add to that it's the slow season for tourism. Even Chinatown, where I came from, it was kind of quiet tonight. Oftentimes, businesses lose money in January and February because there's such little business. I know there's a few bars up there that get somewhat busy. But we'll see how they are now. This place I know gets very busy, but can't really see inside it right now. It's all covered up. Yeah, judging by the outside here, it doesn't look very busy.
Like, oh, we should discuss this some more.
Last night when I was walking around, I felt it a little bit, but it wasn't nearly as bad as earlier this week or late last week. Let's check this place out. Yeah, I knew this was gonna be busy still. Sometimes this place, there's not even any room to stand. The Spring Lounge. I'm sure for the Super Bowl this Sunday, it's gonna be packed. West Coast Walker's been there before. How was your experience there?
I kind of feel like we should just bite the bullet and spend the money.
Oh, that's good. West Coast Walker said it was packed and pretty fun. So he's giving a recommendation to the Spring Lounge. Oh, that's what they're doing. Those people are painting over graffiti. This place here, Jack's wife Rita, has amazing food. You can't eat roses. Actually, you can. It's organic matter, and I've seen people eating roses on YouTube. Although, I don't know why you'd want to.
Love, this is work on the first day of the job.
Actually, I think I tried a rose petal once, and it was floral. I might have even done it on a clip on my live stream somewhere. I don't remember, but I remember having like one petal. This restaurant across the street, many of you may know, it's well known.
Sit down.
Balthazar's. Lunch, dinner, oyster bar, breakfast. What would you do if you gifted a bouquet of roses to your date and they end up eating the bouquet? Would you still be attracted to them, or will you be revolted?
Do you think that's 'cause of the
Thanks,
time
Mikey.
before?
Appreciate the support. Thanks so much. I don't know. I'd probably be like, why is my date so weird? Should I be ordering a steak for this person or giving more roses? Maybe they're a vampire. I don't know. Do vampires like roses? Warren says they'll be full and you don't have to take them for food. Well, one thing is, I think a bouquet of roses, depending on the price, will be less than the steak. Just don't give out the Dollar Tree roses that we saw yesterday. Maybe when we get to Broadway, it'll be a little bit more lively. It's a loud car coming from such a small design. Pretty cool. You know, actually I walked past Broadway, but we can take a little bit of steps through SoHo. It was so quiet that I didn't even realize we walked past Broadway. We'll walk on Green Street towards the Apple Store. This is also where you'll find the expensive brands in SoHo. Broadway, you won't find some of these high-end retailers like Givenchy, Dior, and Louis Vuitton, and Balenciaga. Yeah, plenty of cast iron architecture here. Givenchy. I know somebody is muttering, "No, Action Kid, it's not Givenchy, it's Givenchy." What's happening in here? Someone is here.
Oh yeah. Sweet. Alright guys, love you.
What's happening here?
Chris is like, I kept it.
Looks like a pretty VIP event in there. Maybe some celebrities or something. Debut of some high-end merchandise or something. It's kind of cool we got detoured this way now. If anybody's wondering where the Apple Store in SoHo is, it's right here. If you're looking for the iPhone 16, this is where you go. Oh, Kathy says it looked like Stella MC walking by, long blonde hair. Yeah, I have no clue who any of those people were who I walked by. I'm not really tuned in that much into pop culture. The Lure Oyster Bar. There's a fancy place here. Very limited hours for brunch. I'm sure this will be a popular place for Valentine's Day. Now we're back to Broadway. Look at this. Prada has shades draped over its windows. Hey. Interesting why they would do that. Yeah, I think we had a sneak peek at some special events tonight in SoHo. Well, it is busier here on Broadway, but not by much. This is such a busy intersection. That cyclist was brave to cross it. Not something I would have done. I'm walking here. Wait your turn. Time Box says I should bang on the hood like Al Pacino next time. I don't think I'm up to do that. That driver might have a bad temper. Hey, I think the last time I saw such a close turn that actually cut someone off was when I was doing the live stream and walked across 42nd Street and we saw someone spit on the car. I really don't think spitting on a car is going to do any damage to the vehicle.
You're smiling. You're like, oh, I'm gonna save them up.
Nor will the driver even notice what happened. Super quiet. I don't really think we're gonna see too much activity until we get up to Union Square. Warren saying there's no city in the world that has the variety of retail and food than New York City. Having traveled a fair bit, I would say you're correct on that so far. Even going to Toronto and London, which are pretty international cities, I didn't really see nearly as much variety there than New York City. At first, that driver looked like they were going to stop for me, and then they came closer. I'm like, gosh. Hey. The Broadway Marketplace. Hey, can you get a bacon, egg, and cheese at any time? Is that why they're advertising it here? Although I don't know how much that's going to cost you, because the price of eggs has gone crazy, as we saw in yesterday's live stream. It's $12 a dozen for the extra large, and $8.99 for a dozen of medium eggs. Many of these restaurants are absorbing the cost of the egg prices for now, just because they don't want to change the menu or update the prices. Daryl's saying all these does have eggs, they're cheaper. You know where I saw some eggs that were less expensive? Was when I went to Amish country, Lancaster County. I went to the grocery store there, the Shady Maple grocery store next to the buffet, and it was weird what I saw in the freezer section. They had cage-free eggs for like $5.50 a dozen, and then you had the non-cage-free eggs, which were like $8 a dozen. So the cage-free eggs were less expensive than the non-cage-free eggs. That was wild to see. There were also some roadside signs saying fresh eggs for sale and produce. Maybe it's time to raise some chickens and sell the eggs. You'll probably be rich. And you know what's the strange thing? These prices that are going up with the eggs have only been affecting the eggs. Yet the price of chicken was like $1.99 for chicken thighs.
Are you for real?
That was $1.99 a pound. Wouldn't the price of eggs going up increase the price of chicken too, because they're related? Or maybe there's a delay. Maybe in the next few months you're going to see chicken prices go up. It's just wild. After all, you're not going to have chickens without eggs. No, Joe, it was just a day trip. We were there just for a few hours and then came to New York City again. West Coast Walker says lots of food for a day trip. Hey, we had to make it worth it. Mike T, I think you're noticing too much. I think if more people notice, there's going to be a lot of changes throughout the world. Or maybe people do and they just don't want to act on it. We're only 6 blocks from Union Square. Oh, wow. Thank you, Jim D, for the $20. Gung Hei Fat Choi Action Kid. Yes, Gung Hei Fat Choi to you. Happy Chinese New Year. Heimbog says yes. Year of the snake. That's the zodiac animal that rules this year. Bob, this is Grace Church. I overheard that this church is the reason why Broadway turns at a curve here and avoids on its trajectory. Otherwise, they'll have to cut through the church property. So there's a slight little curve here in the street, if you notice. Otherwise, if it would have continued that way, it'll go through the church. But instead, Broadway turns slightly more to the north. Looks like the Empire State Building tonight is lit up in orange and blue. Wonder if that has any relation to the New York Knicks, because that's the team color. Say something, dude. Alright, if you're not going to say anything, I'm just going to cross. That's actually pretty dangerous if someone was visually impaired and they needed to depend on that talking crosswalk. Abdullah is getting better every day, slowly but surely. Definitely a lot better than a few months ago. "97 years of the Strand Bookstore so far, since 1927. That's the largest
sí.
bookstore in New York City, larger than Barnes and Noble. That's what I heard, Bob. It's like 5 miles of books.
For those underrepresented groups.
This is such a large movie theater, the Regal Cinemas. Wow, Bob says it's 18 miles of books at the Strand.
No, I told like maybe a handful of people.
Max Brenner chocolate bar with the Valentine's Day gift collection. Get a chocolate box like that. Capital One Cafe. Are they done underpaying interest to people's accounts yet? A few weeks ago, Capital One came under scrutiny because they were found to be underpaying interest to people's accounts.
Are you the YouTuber that lives in Florida?
Yeah,
That's
I
you?
am.
Yeah,
That's right.
I love your videos.
Thank you. Right. Yes. Thank you so much. That was really nice. Bob says you use Capital One and they have a lot of glitches lately. Yikes. I hope they can get all those resolved. Yeah, Johnson's, they've had this concept for a while. They have like a cafe and a bank in one. I think that's supposed to appeal to the younger audience and attract more customers. You open a bank account, we'll give you a free coffee. Marco says have a latte, withdraw some money. Yeah, you're gonna need some money to pay for that coffee too. Hey, the Bing Buzz is here. Union Square is so peaceful, it sure is. It's a quiet winter night here in New York. It's a good thing they blocked this off. Look at this. This is pretty dangerous. Oh, I see. Barbara Sam looked up the Empire State Building's colors. It's to celebrate New York Fashion Week. We saw a little bit of it when we walked through SoHo, including some photo ops. Hung Now says they need to block off the potholes from yesterday's stream. Yeah, those I already reported. Hopefully the city can address those. Also, if anybody is watching this from New York City,
Alright, man. Well, I'll see you next Wednesday.
you can report potholes
Good playing. Yep.
on the website, and it's pretty easy, and I find they address the pothole complaints pretty promptly, although sometimes the solutions can vary in quality and performance, I should say. Sometimes the potholes are filled unevenly or not well. Too bad Petco's not around anymore. This corner store used to be Petco. Who wants gelato? At 9 o'clock at night. Someone's getting gelato now. Lizzo says repairing potholes is a temporary fix. They need to strip the whole street and pave it over. Sometimes I've seen some pothole repairs that last a long time until the street is repaved again. It just depends on how well they do it. And speaking of potholes, is that stupid hole that I fell in Toronto covered up yet? Because the last time I heard, there was someone who walked by it, and this was like in January, and it's still there from when I fell there and broke my foot back in August. Unfreaking believable. Even after submitting a claim to the city of Toronto and having them deny it, the pothole's still there in January. You know, I always wondered how they attach these like bike parkings to the subway grate here. I mean, it's pretty secure, but the problem with this is like you lock your bike here or scooter or something. I'm afraid taking out the keys to unlock it, it's gonna fall in there. So, not exactly the best place to lock your bike. I know during the winter time it's even harder because your hands are cold. They're numb and you're not gonna have as much flexibility. Mouse says need to wear the key around your neck. Yeah, you're gonna have to, or have like a wrist strap so it doesn't come off your hand. Heck, I don't even know what would happen if you like lost your keys down there, or gosh forbid, like your wallet or something. Would emergency services even help you at that point retrieve your property? What if you drop like a expensive Rolex down there or a diamond ring? They might be visiting the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Kelly says, sounds like an SOL situation. I mean, it might have to be. Philly 3000 says credit card. Well, credit card is easy. You don't really need to risk your life over that. You just call the issuer and have it sent to you again. I've heard of people's cars being swallowed up by ATMs. The ATM will just take the debit card and not give it back. And in that case, I guess you just go into the bank and say, hey, your machine was hungry for my card. I think that actually happened to me once, but it was a long time ago. Let's see if this art installation is still working. I think it is. Testing. Hello? Yep, still working. I wonder if it works backwards. Army! That was pretty cool. Works backwards too. Fez says you love the street art deco. It's nice. This one I like. You spin it around and it plays music and lights up. Hey, I got some people into it. Such a fun exhibit. Reminds me a lot of those musical boxes that you wind up and they start playing music. Meredith, I can tell a difference too. The congestion pricing is certainly making an impact on traffic levels. Hey, thank you, Rabid Weasel, for the $4.99 super chat. I appreciate it. Yep, Italy is right here. Amazing Italian grocery store. It's not just a grocery store too. They have several restaurants in there, including a cafe and a gelato spot. Got PetSmart. And they made me jump back a little bit there. I didn't know what they were doing. Citibank has earned $500 or up to $5,000 when you open a qualifying investment account and complete required activities by 4/7/25, right before tax filing day. Again, they have this offer on the screen. Uncover the potential of a great savings rate. Well, I don't really know how much interest Citibank gives on their savings account, but in my experience, they don't really give a competitive interest rate compared to some of the other ones, including Capital One. Bob says even the money markets have awful interest rates. Well, they're not entirely awful. If you have your money in the right money market, you can actually get a pretty decent return. Whoa, look at Anita Gelato. This place is really good. I think the best gelato in New York City. I did a video here once. Still busy in the wintertime. Anita Gelato. I'm Bog asking, how do I resist all the food? Well, I'm very conscious about my health, and I don't really want to be like stuffing myself or eating too much sugar anyway. there's actually some people, or many people I should say, that aren't really conscious of that, and they eat themselves to bad health, which is not good. Sometimes eating too much of a good thing is actually bad too. Just like there's a medical, how should I say, a disease called gout that affects the joints of the body, particularly the big toe, and makes it extremely painful to walk. And that's caused by having too much uric acid buildup in your body. When your kidneys and your body can't filtrate the uric acid fast enough, it hardens up and crystallizes, kind of like needles. And for centuries it was called like the disease of kings, I believe, because all these people in high reaches of society, like kings and the wealthy, ended up getting gout and the poor people didn't. And that's because they had such a high diet of alcohol and sugar. And also fatty meats too.
Why don't you completely integrate it?
So there's another Vinci Gelato shop on that corner there. There's a high-end hotel, the Ritz-Carlton. Their restaurant looks busy though. Inside the Ritz-Carlton. Great view of the Empire State Building from here. R.I.P. Plastic Bollard.
Do a trial run, have a big trial.
Yeah, Deiji SNS, that's what I thought to begin with, that the Empire State Building was in the color of the New York Knicks, but it's actually for New York Fashion Week. Heimburg. I'm not sure about the New York Rangers, if they're the same colors as the New York Knicks. What can we get for $8.99 at this halal truck? Sharif's Famous special lunch platter, chicken, lamb, or combo, $8.99. It smells really good.
It's a long time.
That's the second time today I saw a manhole being worked on. WTF is going on with this garbage in front of the subway station? Why are there donuts here and loose paper? Yeah, Jerry, it was very filthy. It's like someone just dumped all their paper and donuts there. By the way, here's the Squid Game experience. If you want to participate in Squid Games in real life against other people, you can visit this spot here. If you think you're a red light, green light master, can win all this money. Except the problem is all this money has the word copy on the back. Copy. I don't know, those $100 bills look kind of real to me if it wasn't for the copy on it. Copy on the front. Hey, I think if you used this and they didn't know any better and it didn't have the words copy on the front, you might be able to get away with it if they didn't check carefully. Money is fake for entertainment purposes only. Money is fake. Yeah, it better be fake, because if it's not, someone's gonna be smashing that window.
No underlying evidence, right? It's just leveraged 1 year.
You know what's the interesting thing? If they really want to make an authentic Squid Game experience, they have to be using the South Korean won. Why are they using US dollars? And even the doors look creepy with these pink guys looking at you. These guys are tormenting you in your sleep with their masks on. Circle, triangle, square. You can't see my expression as I'm behind the mask. Player action, kid. Eliminated. Yeah, Kevin, we're walking right towards Penn Station and Madison Square Garden. Sunshine After Rain saying season 3 is out in July. That's sooner than I thought. Season 2 did end up in a gigantic cliffhanger. I'm curious to see how the entire series turns out. What? That driver in the pickup truck was yelling something out the window to that taxi driver. And driving pretty aggressively too, to boot. What the heck is this? The subway entrance is through there, folks. Would you use this subway entrance? I'm sure someone's going to be small enough to crawl through there. I don't want to linger there too much because, to be honest, it smells like piss. That's the rat-only subway entrance. ZC322, that hole is big enough that a person can go through there if they're really flexible. Even a dog can fit through there. Which way are they going? This is where the Hotel Pennsylvania used to be, right behind these billboards. Dobby from Harry Potter could fit through that hole? Yeah, I think so.
Wait, what? I'm just.
It's not healthy. Visually.
What's coming on February 9th from Dunkin' Donuts? This is the much better subway entrance. Don't use that shady looking one that we saw there. Unless you're a rat, then by all means use that one. That guy is a pro, man. Zipped through with that e-scooter right to the escalator and didn't even worry about falling down the escalator. Los Tacos Numero Uno. $5.65 for a carne asada taco. And here's also another Anita Gelato. This one's a lot less busy than the one we saw on Broadway. And this is Madison Square Garden. Right here. FanDuel. You'll never forget your first Super Bowl win. These guys are playing pickleball. Natum. This is the Penn District, right near Penn Station. Even this subway entrance is much better than the one we saw. It's amazing how much of a transformation this area has had just from a few years ago. That's Times Square, just a few blocks north of us. Although to be fair, this area is kind of looking like a mini Times Square now, with all these electronic billboards. RK516. The Winter Village is partially up, just the ice skating rink and some of the stalls right alongside of it. They're pretty much all food stalls. Macy's has the Valentine's Day displays up. Looks pretty good. I love the styling. I wonder if the Lunar New Year windows are still up along Broadway. Look at this, they even have hearts on some of these bags and shoes. Tom Ford Rose exposed. All these windows are being changed. Rico, it is near Koreatown. We're just 2 blocks away from it.
And now, okay.
Let's see what's going on with the windows on Broadway. Are they still Lunar New Year themed? I think they still might be. Yes, they are. These are pretty amazing. We are getting a little bit of glare though, which kind of takes away from it, but it's still nice to see. This bathroom is now closed past 9 p.m. Yeah, Kevin, I've used it several times. It is a clean restroom. The same company that manages the Bryant Park restrooms also does that one. All right, everyone. I'm going to wrap up my live stream here and use the subway station. If you enjoyed the live stream tonight, then hit the like button for me, subscribe, and I'll see you around next time. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye. This live stream is not sponsored by Capital One. Take care. Till next time.